Hey guys, Mike Chamberlain from Peterbilt Pacific in Prince George, BC, Canada. It is warmed up. It is a balmy -5, -10, something like that. But sun's shining, my eyes are all squinty. It's absolutely fantastic. Roads were dry this morning because it was -20 this morning, so it's almost like perfect winter weather right now. So anyways, I just wanted to say, please hit that like button. If you enjoy watching my videos, it does make a difference if you all hit it. So I'm gonna ask you now if you could just hit the like button. And yeah, right now I've got this 367 value spec. I got another one. I know I did a video on one, when was that, in December? But I figured I'd do another one for you because this one just came out of a detail and you guys need to see how good it looks. So this is limited edition. You cannot get this hood anymore. So if you want it, you better come buy it because you can't get them anymore. So here it is. 367 set forward axle train tractor. So this is the fiberglass hood. Just like the last video I did, this hood is like a 388, 389 hood. Now, I said 388 hood, and if you're not a Peterbilt guy, you won't know what that means, but they used to call a 389 short hood a 388, and it was really great because the 388 was the short hood and a 389 was the long hood. Well, now they just call it a 389 long and short hood, which is a proper pain in the arse because, look at that, I almost did it, but I didn't do it. It's a proper pain in the arse because yeah, when I say 389, guys are like, oh, you mean a long hood? I'm like, no, I mean a short hood. And they're like, well, what do you mean? And it's like, well, so that's kind of a bummer that Peterbilt does that now. But anyways, so you could have a 389 long or short hood. This is a 367 set forward with a fiberglass hood. So it is the same as a Peterbilt 389 short hood, but this is a fiberglass hood, not aluminum hood. So anyways, it is a fiberglass hood. It's got the AeroPod front headlights. This is a train tractor. So when I say train tractor, it's for pulling the bigger weight Super B train, 63,500 kilograms. It's got the 565 2050 torque X15 engine, Performance Series, 18-speed transmission, Super 40 rear diffs. And when I say Super 40s, that means they're rated to pack 40,000 pounds, but they can pull 140,000 pounds. So a Super 40 rear diff, your pumpkin is actually the same size as a 46,000 pound rear diff, but your housing is lighter. So the housing is a little bit lighter thickness, so you can't pack as much weight, but your crown and pinion is big like a 46, so you can pull lots of weight. So absolutely great spec. So this one, I brought it in without polished tanks, without a polished def cover, large def tank on the driver's side. Got it right this time, guys. Just a painted tank on here. Now, something that we could do is we can put the stainless steel straps on this, which will make it look, well, it'll make it look like that and basically look kind of custom. So cheap, easy thing to do, and that is affordable. So that's why I did it that way. It's got our standard exhaust shields, which is basically old school look, with the 7-inch miter cuts. We've got moto mirrors. Now, these are not the moto mirror brand. These are the Aero style moto mirrors that just go left and right. Of course, heated convex. Pre-wired for backup lights, but this one does not have the backup lights. So like in my last video, that means dual registry. So it can go down into the US one day. We've got our steps here and our grab handle. So climbing up on the back is just a piece of cake. And if I look down at the rear diff, right through there, you can see that it has Eaton rear diffs. So these would be the D40 172s, Dana rear diffs. I was going to say Eaton rear diffs, but now Dana and Eaton are separate, but another story for another day. Heavy duty slide. We've got our springs here for your airlines. There's your connections. Now this does have the S-bar bunk heater. There's your exhaust port for it. We've got lots of frame space to put to put a pump or a blower. I've sold quite a few of these to my fuel hauling customers because it's a great spec and the price is fantastic. Like, you know, the difference between this and a 389 is basically nothing except the hood. So a little disappointed that we can't get the 367 set forward front axle. Now, a lot of you guys had asked me, you know, what, the 367 is gone? And no, it's not gone, but the set forward front axle option in its 367 model is gone. So that's the biggest difference. 389 short hood is very much available. So there we go. There's our large crown and pinion from a Super 40 rear diff. We've got the SPL driveline because these are Dana rear diffs on low air leaf suspension, and the low air leaf just rides fantastic. So really like the low air leaf with that spring in that bag. And oh my gosh, look at those stainless steel hubcaps, and just love it. Large 150 gallon fuel tank on the passenger side. We've got our passenger side baggage door. Now, one thing that's kind of annoying with the Peterbilt is to open this, you need the key. And I know a lot of guys, you know, like fuel trucks or whatever, you're unloading on your passenger side. So to get in here, you got to take your key out. So a lot of guys will actually keep a spare key, hang it on their passenger seat so they can open the door, grab the key and unlock it. But interestingly enough, I've actually found a place where you could get push button latches, and it's like an RV latch. It's plastic and it's keyed. And we were stocking them for a while, but then guys weren't getting them because they like the stainless lock, which kind of surprised me. But yeah, with RV Supply, you can find a push button latch here, so you could walk up and open it. So I should actually get some more of those, because now that I'm talking about it, you guys are probably going to want them. Of course, our DPF underneath the passenger door, which is pretty standard. Now this is interesting. These wheels are the Alcoa high polished. Now that's definitely high polished, but you can still see those machine lines. So I don't know, high polished with machine lines. Okay, I guess it's not the end of the world. But take a look under the hood. Like I was saying, this is a fiberglass hood. You cannot get it anymore. So if you want it, you better get it. Or check your local dealer and see if they have any on order. Which I know at Peterbilt Pacific here in British Columbia, we've ordered a few of them, and they've been fantastic. So hood's open fantastic, super easy. There she is, 565 X15 in all her glory. Davco fuel tongue-tied. Davco fuel water separator, remote lube linkage, and this one is covered up. That's our air up port from the factory. We've got our underhood fuse panel. Now there is tape on this because when the factory puts it on, it's taped together and they put it in the mount. And that sounds like an old cat. Oh yeah. Nothing like an old 739, no, 379 with a cat engine. So anti-blowdown. Now this is a 2021 model. I've got the Michelin 11R22.5 X-Line Energy Z drive tires. You can see the 367 set forward. Compared to my last video, the hood headlights actually bolt above the hood hinge. So still by the hood hinge, still sturdy enough, but not quite like the 389 where your bolts actually come through the hood hinge. You know, so that's where, that's where I'd say I think a 389 hood is maybe a little bit tougher than this hood. But maybe when I say that, not necessarily tougher, but different as far as how tough it is. So, this hood, if you beat on it, and it sounds kind of crazy to say if you beat on it, but you know what, up here in the north, we have lots of gravel roads, and we do actually beat on our trucks. We got lots of gravel road, you got high speed, you got washboard, The one thing with this hood style, with the headlights mounted where they are, it can basically, your hood can come loose and your headlights can rattle. Where a 389, you know, even though you think, 389, man, that's a highway truck, that's not a logging truck. But where those headlights mount through the hood hinge is actually a tougher mount than on this one. So this truck on highway, it's gonna do fine for its entire life and you'll probably never have any issue. You know, if you're to go haul logs with it, you know what, your hood might come loose, which at the end of the day isn't a big deal, because, well, I should say it's not a big deal for us, because with having our body shop, like literally the guys can fix these hoods in no time at all. And when I say fix them, I mean basically your inner liners are bonded. So like I've said before, this hood is a fiberglass hood with the bonded gussets, I guess you could say. So it's molded, they're glued on, and essentially what happens, you can kind of see here, is they're glued, which is fine on highway, but if you shake the crap out of this thing for a couple of years, this could come a little bit loose. Your headlight is mounted to the hood, it's not mounted to the hinge, so that weight is flexing on the hood. Like I say, not a big deal on highway, and even logging, it's not a huge deal. And you've got like 3 years hood warranty anyways, but and here I'm talking like there's a big problem with this, and it's not a big problem, but it's something that I've seen, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna be 100% truthful with you guys, and that's why I say a 389 is just as tough, if not tougher, than anything else. And like our 5 Series, Peterbilt's fixed all the issues that they had with this, and in reality, that's probably why they discontinued this hood and this, I just about said model, but they haven't discontinued this model yet. But yeah, so, you know, at the end of the day, we've got change. You've got to adapt, you've got to change. Things can't stay the same forever. You know, I like the traditional stuff, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the stuff coming down the pipe. I'm not looking forward to the problems that we might have with stuff coming down the pipe, but let's face it, trucks are actually a hell of a lot better than they used to be back in the 70s and the 80s. You know, early 2000s, we had the 6NZ Cat, which was absolutely fantastic. Maybe the best truck engine ever built. But you know what? I've seen lots of those with failures as well. And you know what? You got to move on. Cat really dropped the ball with the emissions. I'm so disappointed in Cat. You know, when they came out with their CGT, clean gas, variable, blah, 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 and they had the pipe coming off the DPF coming back to the engine. And of course, you know, you've got air coming back into your engine. Be like having an exhaust pipe running backwards into your engine, and of course then you get a hole in this pipe and then you dust your engine, and I've heard of cases like that. So yeah, you know what, Cat had a heyday once upon a time, but where did they go? You know, guys hate on Cummins, but you know what, Cummins stuck it out through all of that. They adapted. Has it been perfect the whole time? No, it hasn't. But things change. And, you know, standing here talking to you, I just realized why there was no heat in this truck. It's got taps, and the tap is turned off. Oh, that's going to be better. Is this one off or is this one on? I'm going to try it first. But sorry about that. I just was moving the truck around. I'm like, why is there no heat? I'm like, you know, I'm going to have to get the guys to look at it. But when this one was brought up, it was probably warmer, or maybe, yeah, maybe that, I don't know. Anyways. Now it's gonna have heat. That's the other nice thing, is having taps on there. So anyways, I've been babbling along. You know what, I'm not gonna do an interior walk around because you guys have already seen it 1,000 times. And you know what, yeah, Cat engine fell out of the market. Basically not a player anymore. Hope they could be a player again one day, but who knows, whatever. Cummins is the big dog. Of course, Detroit has their offerings, but that's only in a Freightliner and a Western Star. And the beauty of a Cummins, you can get it worked at anywhere. Any OEM can work on a Cummins because they also sell them. So if you're gonna have an engine in your truck, and I mean, you know, I'm selling Peterbilt, so I should probably be talking up the PACCAR engine, and the PACCAR engine is a great engine, don't get me wrong. But the kicker is, you could be in Whitehorse. We don't have a Peterbilt dealer in Whitehorse, but you know what? There's a Cummins dealer. You could be in Chetwynd, and I'm pretty sure there's a Cummins dealer. Basically anywhere there's a truck dealership, there's going to be a Cummins certified tech. And I could be wrong about Chetwynd. I shouldn't talk out my behind like that. But anyways, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Take care. It's been a pleasure. And until next time, peace.